Yo, what's Papino? What's Papino? Zeke Black is in the building. Zeke Black is in the building. Definitely shout out to the chat. Shout out to the Park Domo I seen up in there. This is my take. I seen the part 2 interview today of the latinkings interview. It was very. It had a lot of good information, and I got to salute G Money and queenzflip because they was asking some good questions. They was asking some good questions. I mean, it was asking questions that was told to them, and it was good. It was actually good because it was asking questions that the average person wouldn't ask because it dealt with some of the violence and the things that was said about them, about the latinkings. But it was very informative because it seemed, a couple of things that was said was in 2019, we're not in a war zone time. I'm gonna take it back, but he said 9-2. I remember 9-2. 9-2 was a different type of time. Like he said, the Jamaicans was losing their mind, but the Jamaicans they wasn't losing their mind. The Jamaicans was Jamaicans. Well, they put that work in. You know what I'm saying? Remember, like I said the other day, the Jamaicans at that time, shower posses, Springlers, and other Jamaican posses. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shabba Ranks, Mad Lion, and all of them. You know what I'm saying? That was the music that we was listening to. You know what I'm saying? Cuddy Ranks and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Bouja Bantan. You know what I'm saying? It was serious, man. And when the war kicked off, it was just, there's no holds bar. But what I liked was, and it was just something to learn. When he asked queenzflip a story like, the reason why I don't want to sit here and glorify this gang stuff is because basically, I got my nephew here and I'm trying to show him another life. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that once you outgrow the gang, you can still, it can be in your heart. It's your tradition. You don't have to be a gangster all your life. You can still be who you are. But I say you turn the gangster to becoming a respected man. Once you become a respected man, you can still claim what you want to claim. You know what I'm saying? That's your life. But you want to take control of your family, build your household up. You know what I'm saying? That's growth and development in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to cut somebody. He right. I know a bunch of soft niggas that shot niggas. I know a bunch of soft dudes that took a lung. I know a bunch of soft dudes that stabbed cats. But I've seen 10% was able to transition from the streets and become family men and really raise their kids up and raise families. Dudes that did large amounts of time. You know what I'm saying? So that was great because we need that information out here. We need to have people speak like that. Like, so there is a transition from just being a gangster. You can become a grown man, a parent, and wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I've done that. I mean, that's what I do now. I mean, I'm just trying. I'm doing my best. I'm positive. I've been positive. I've been home since 2011, and I've just been trying to find my way in this legal grind. I stay away from the block. I stay away from anything that's going to trigger me to hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's times people ask me, what's your peoples? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I stay away from those conversations. But a couple of things he said that was facts. You know what I'm saying? Definitely facts. At 9-5, I remember going to the yard and it was a big ass circle. I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is this circle? It's blacks, whites, everybody in this big ass circle. I remember this guy I knew used to write graffiti. I'm not going to say his name. He was in the Yetta, but I know him for being Irish. You know what I'm saying? No, he was actually in the town. No, he was German. German. Not he was German from the Upper East Side. His family was from Germany. So I was bug out like this. There's like 100 dudes in this circle, and listen, the police was not breaking the circle up. The big ass circle. Then you see the kings, like 10 kings over here, 10 bloods, the Jamaican posse, the renegades, the renegade guards, the guards. You know what I'm saying? Then you just got the Muslims on this side, renegade Muslims, and then the Dominicans in the corner, and everybody looking at each other. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can be trusted. And it's crazy because it was like Rikers Island was promoting this gang culture because dudes physically was wearing beads, the do-rags, because back then you could physically wear your clothes. So you had the yellow and the black, you had the black with the red with the beads. You know what I'm saying? They was making dudes right at home, you know what I'm saying? But it was a time, man. It's about 1995 when it was a full war. And from what I seen, what he said, from what I seen in ACM, there was more Nietas than kings, rosters, you know, the renegade guards, the renegade Muslims. Because not all Muslims was renegades. Just, you know, you had the ones that was like, fuck it, I'm from Fort Greene. I've been booking niggas for the last 8 years. I'm looking at 8 and 30 to 25 for that body. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I need to touch the phone. But the weird part about ACM in 1995 was they took the free phones out and you had to take out your commissary. So it was all about your connection to the street back then. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to have a commissary. I mean, you touch the phone, but you do to make a couple of good calls, you need a commissary. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's that war have grown on a whole other generation that believes that this black and Latino war, this black and Latino thing, is a Latin king thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's a Latin king thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the Latin kings oppressing the blacks. And people went with that. And I'm going to say the danger with that was the next generation that don't know nobody, they went with that. So you had a lot of guys that grew up a little more racist because of what you heard all day. Yo, blah, blah, blah. So now you had guys, even Latinos, that are like, I'm Puerto Rican, but I don't like them other Puerto Ricans because they're racist. So these was conversations that was people was having. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the Puerto Ricans is racist. Why? Because they was oppressing blacks in the 90s. So I'm happy that conversation, that has to stop. You know what I'm saying? But everybody do have a little bit of racism. But that conversation has to stop. You know what I'm saying? And it affects our community because it takes away from the unity and the love and it takes away from what we have. You know what I'm saying? Brandy Land. It affects our community because, you know what I'm saying? Brandy Landy was popping. N-Team Smoke was popping. M-Man was popping. Domo was popping. Mike Hurd was popping. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Joe Ward was cracking. Joe Franklin was popping. You know what I'm saying? It was a great interview, you know what I'm saying? And like I told you, man, some shit you just outgrow. And sometimes, you know, us as we get older, we glorify the things that we've done most of our life. Like some people will glorify stealing cars, some people will glorify getting high. Some people will glorify cutting niggas, shooting niggas, shooting people, cutting people. And now that we got these social networks, our kids see this. So when our kids is like 18 and 19 years old, and they're speaking, and they're like, yo, my dad, he's online. He's talking about how many niggas he cut and how much crack he sold to the lobby. I mean, how inspiring are those conversations? And sometimes even I get caught in those conversations. But then what I try to do is I try to put a message to it. Like, this is what was going on at this time. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that we all come from communities that may have some culture. Some come from areas that don't got no culture. So they may see things differently. You know what I'm saying? Where I grew up at in San Juan, there was a lot of Latino businesses. So growing up, you know, we had a bus barn. So we seen a lot of African American bus drivers. We had Latinos, we had Irish, we had Caucasians, Italians, Asians. But across the street, we had one store that was Dominican, and the next store was the Puerto Ricans, the laundromat, the Puerto Ricans. And you know what I'm saying? So they just took the Puerto Ricans, a lot of Puerto Ricans were just taking advantage, and Dominicans was taking advantage of the American dream, 40 acres and a mule. Like just like he said, guys come from Puerto Rico, They didn't know a lick of English, or DR, or Panama, wherever they came from, wherever country they came from. They didn't know a lick of English, and they go into a candy store. Remember, a lot of these guys came from, you know what I'm saying, impoverished areas. Then they come to New York and be like, wait a minute. Somebody dark as me got a store in the corner, and he's talking my language. And it becomes inspiring. So that guy that he see that owns the store, he's not talking about how he got the store. He's just telling how somebody, he's just letting his people know, learn English, learn this, learn that, be smart in school. And I seen that happen, man. I seen guys come from Puerto Rico that didn't know a lick of English, and they parents just put them straight in Catholic school. Word to my mother. A couple of my friends that went to St. Francis didn't know a lick of English. You know what I'm saying, at first. But they started off, their parents was working hard, being, you know what I'm saying, being, you know what I'm saying, maintenance men, janitors, you know what I'm saying. And a lot of times in the Latino family household, the wives don't work. In the old school. Like you see a lot of where the wives work, but a lot of places where the wives don't work, so the father really does everything. So who knows what he's into. But his whole goal is my kids can't be like me. And he puts them in an educational situation where they don't have to be like how he grew up. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's very knowledgeable. You understand what I'm saying? The information is so important, party people. The information is so important, man. Do I think queenzflip is glorifying gang activity? Not at all. I think he's trying to. I don't know. I can't say what's on the man's mind. But what I'm getting out of this is he's just trying to educate people on this culture that has taken over our streets. You see what I'm saying? Because even online, gang culture has taken over. Like, I can sit here and talk about eating healthy for 4 hours and have 5 niggas in my chat. But if I sit on here and start ranting word to blood, I'm going to shoot 2 niggas and tell that nigga when I catch up, I have 300 niggas in my chat right now. Word, big homie. Word, homie. And none of that. I'm not a big homie. I'm not none of that. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I'm just OG Zeke from the block, Lexington Avenue, Hilltop Hustler, PT 131, first 5. Y'all gonna put me wherever first 5 you want to put me in, but I'm in that first 5. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas might say I'm in the first 8, but I say I'm in the first 5. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it goes back into the culture of this thing, man. Do I think queenzflip is nah? He's educating the people on this is the jail. This is what the streets has become, and this is the branch of what that jail generation has done. The crack era, like you said, this is no lie. They didn't know what to do with us. Dude was going to jail, getting probation 8 times for selling crack. After 1991, 92, they started figuring out we got to build more jails. You know what I'm saying? By 9/5, it was a warehouse. Like he said, it was a warehouse. Now as long as you got some place to sit these guys, they going to jail. Then they had the right governor in place, Pataki, who was just like, at one point, just the people with violence was doing 85% of their time. But you couldn't, at one point, you could catch a murder charge and get work release under Cuomo and probably some other governors. After that, it was a dub. That's the last time I seen Kev Frost, it was 9/5, and he was coming from work release because they took his work release away because they had put into law that you couldn't have a violent crime and get work release no more. And he was on his way back up north. Back then, 9/5, he wasn't blood. He had a crew where he was at called Harlem Nights. Yeah, Harlem Nights. Shout out to Kev Frost. You know what I'm saying? Your comment was popping. You know what I'm saying? And no GT, it wasn't that blacks had a predatory mentality. You have to keep in mind, right? Alright. A lot of Latinos don't know English. at one point in time. So a lot of Latinos will stay within their circles. You know what I'm saying? And how they raised is weird. Like if you could be black and go through all their life, they might not talk Spanish in front of another Spanish guy. But if you really don't know them and they get in front of another Latino, they'll start talking Spanish because you don't know the language. You know what I'm saying? Is that a form of racism? I mean, it's I mean, how long the guy been your friend for? I mean, if this is your day ones, if these guys are your day ones, then it's a form of disrespect, like dogs. We know each other all our life. Fuck, you talking Spanish to him for? What you talking about me? But you just met somebody and this is what they're doing. Then you got to charge that to the deuce. It's just like us when we speak English about somebody who don't know English. You know what I'm saying? I won't say predatory because you got a lot of guys that was jail guys with it. Not just blacks. You got a lot of Spanish guys that was jail guys too. Because you had a lot of dudes that came from the Sparfits, that came, they already had that training. A lot of shit that we're speaking about is C-74. You know, then some guys turned 19 and went to the C-73 and these other buildings. A lot of guys been in jail all their life, so this is just how they survive. Taking sneakers, taking chains, and booking niggas. You know what I'm saying? Of course there's a form of racism somewhere. Everybody got racism. Everybody got one form of racism in them. And some people just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But like the small things on Rikers Island is what created the massive bomb. And what I mean the massive bomb is phones, drugs, and getting robbed. You know what I'm saying? Those are the three things that was creating the issues in the penitentiary. So it depends on what house you went into. You know, at some point, you know what I'm saying? Most likely when the Latinos got a dorm to themselves, they probably was telling other dudes you couldn't get no slot time. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that was going on after 9-3, 9-4. You know what I'm saying? It's just like now. You got dorm, you got places on Rikers Island where they got Crips. They got Crips in the dorms, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure if you blood and come through, you're going to have a hard time because if you Crip and go into a blood dorm, you're going to have a hard time. But that's because that's what jail did. Jail did all that dumb shit. They did all the segregation. And I tell you, man, at one point in time, you could run around with your beads and all type of shit. All that shit that Corey King said about having these guys beads on his neck, that's a fucking fact. You know what I'm saying? That's a factual. You know what I'm saying? So the penitentiary promoted this gang culture because if they didn't want to promote it, then there's ways that they could have put a stop to it. When you got guys walking around with beads and do-rags and they tossing it up and nobody's going to the box, then it's just like, okay, we're not sending nobody to the box unless somebody gets stabbed. And I'm gonna tell you this, and the reason why Rikers Island was a shooting gallery was because the most you can do is what's that, 150 days in the bin for giving somebody $150. It wasn't bring you to outside court. Then Pataki got on his bullshit and said, if you start violating COs, if you cut guys in jail, we're gonna start pressing charges. And they put that shit in the law. They pushed that agenda. If you cut somebody in jail and we catch you, it's a brand new one. You can't throw piss on my COs. You can't do certain things to COs, and that's what do so they really catch you new ones. You know what I'm saying? For cutting somebody. Because they put all that like in the same little manuscripts. And then they start changing the rule books with these gang rules. But by that time, it's open season now. We talking about 1995. If they say the gang war started in 92, mind you, before the Bloods and Latin Kings situation in the Yetas, and the smokes and the lines, and who had the Muslim versus the Guards. Not all Muslims and God, but Muslim versus the Guards. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that in the 90s, because it was so fast paced, the sweeps was crazy. So now you have a new breed of cats coming to jail now. So now you got dudes that don't have a conscience because dudes is young. Remember, you had a lot of dudes that was growing up that was out the house by 12, hustling, and boom. So when you 17 years old on Rikers Island, you don't give a fuck, and that was go time. So now you seeing the unthinkable happen, like you said, like he said in the visit. You go you see your target, you want to cut him, he move out the way, or you're tussling, he cut your visitor. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Dudes are like who thinks to go, yo, ma? Dudes are sending their mothers to go on the visiting floor to call dudes down just so that their man can hit him. I remember one time I'm going to the visit and some dude just hopped on the line and started putting his hands and feet on somebody. Caught him. Bing, 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 bing. I said, oh shit, this is crazy. Duke on his way to the visit, niggas popped on him. So it was really a war. It was really a war. And kites flew faster than U.S. mail. You know what I'm saying? A kite will reach before you get to the next dorm. Yo, such and such pulling up, get him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Lip. Shout out to Too Tall from Bed-Stuy, man. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. It was a crazy time, man. But once it's a war, it's the gloves is off. Beaver was Papino. And man, Latin Kings are violating blacks before the Bloods. You gotta remember, there wasn't Latin Kings yet. There was a bunch of Spanish that's Latinos. There wasn't Bloods yet. It was like they said, all that shit was phone shit. It was over the phone. So we went to a house. It was a bunch of Rastafarians. They're telling you now, nigga, you can't use that jack. You had to go gun for gun with niggas. You had to pop. You know what I'm saying? Then you get around the guards. The guards, some of the guards that wasn't getting along with the Rastas, they was getting on with them niggas. They going gun. They shaking out. Shit getting real crazy. So what I say was the Blood Latin Kings oppressing the blacks? Nah, because at one point they was all, they had a relationship. The renegade guards was like, they got tired of, now I'm gonna say renegade guard. The guards that wasn't, like the guards that was just like, man, I'm not with all the peace shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm with all the smoke. We gonna take over the phones. We gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? If we have to take a pair of sneakers off you, we may have to confiscate a good sweater. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? I would say that so many issues, like just like he said, their first war was with a bunch of Muslims in one of these jails. I think Collins, he said they had a war with the Muslims. It wasn't with the guards. It wasn't the blood wasn't created then. When blood was there, the war between the Latin Kings and Blood is really over a pack of cigarettes. It's just they put the oppression in. You have to juice the story. You have to make it sound like the Puerto Rican niggas is crazy. But don't get it twisted. In C95, it might have been different because the bag was there. The bag. I mean, that's the meth clinic. So of course, there was probably more Latinos than blacks. And when it comes to them drugs, man, it gets real dangerous. You know what I'm saying? See, drugs is one of the main issues why people get cut in jail. Drugs and gambling. If somebody get a lung took, it's because of drugs or gambling. You know what I'm saying? A good friend of mine got cut because he decided to get the bag, some trees. And he decides that I'm not going to pay. So what happened? What he did was he signed in. I'm going to get out this spot. He learned how fast a kite fly. The next spot he pulled up to, which was another max, but he pulled up, he walking around the yard. They're like, yo, such and such, boom, 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 he in this spot. Boy, he in there? Yo, that nigga signed in under sun, such and such. Boom. What happened? He got cut. Nigga, they shot him down in the yard. You know what I'm saying? Over drugs. And it was blood on blood. Damu on Damu. When you put drugs into any organization, there's going to be conflict if it's not dealing with money. If it's dealing with the aspect of drug addiction, it's always going to be an issue, B. Even with the Latinos, when dudes don't send those money orders, shit get crazy in the yard. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shout out to Wanda. You know what I'm saying? See, the CEOs, the thing with the CEOs, and man, they played into that shit, man. I can tell you, the jail played into this shit. Oh, you want to flip? You want to act crazy? They'll put you right in the danger zone. Because remember, you're not just fighting the Puerto Ricans. You're fighting yeah, that's and in some cases, some dudes had beef with DDP. You know what I'm saying? So if you walk into the wrong dorm and you had issues with DDP, because a lot of guys had a lot of beef from like Spofford. A lot of guys had beef from like Tryon, DFY days. You know what I'm saying? Highland. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these guys' issues was pre Rikers Island. A lot of these guys' issues even pre in the streets. So now you go in the dorm and you got beef with son in the street. There's 8 of them. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It was real. It was really wartime. It was a time at Rikers Island, those years that Rikers Island never really had. Even with the Muslim guards banging, it wasn't as bad as that Latin King, the Yetta, because it was too many. It was too much going on. The horn was going off too much. If somebody going in the wrong dorm, they getting shot. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely getting shot, man. So it's just like. It was a different time, man. And so it's just like the narrative, when you change the narrative in that story between the Kings and the Bloods, maybe we could take that one portion of the Spanish is racist, because some people go, well, they're racist because I don't know. They live in my block, they do whatever, I don't know. But some people go, well, the Rikers Island, man, they was oppressing us, boom, boom, boom. And a lot of guys, they go with that because that's what they was fed, paperwork-wise. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes probably went through, but once it's on, it's on. So I can't speak about when it was on and on. But what I definitely liked, what the King did was when they asked about Magoo, I can't talk about him. You gotta ask that man. I'm not going to sit here and fuck him and he's a traitor. I'm not doing that. And that's what we have to get into that habit of doing. When somebody asks you about somebody you don't fuck with, all you got to do is say, nah, I don't know. You got to ask that guy. You know what I'm saying? You got to ask him. We have a habit, man, fuck that nigga, he pussy. And guess what else he did, man? So a lot of times, like I said last night, we put ourselves in these situations. Wait, what that King did is a lesson for most of us to fucking catch on to that can't catch on. This is what guys do. They get mad and they run their fucking mouth and then they say some shit that they don't mean to say, but they run in their mouth and then they be like, oh shit. Oh shit. Damn. I just said that? Yo, what's up with such and such? I don't know. Guess he's chilling. Even with some dudes I don't like. I be like, yeah, you see that? He chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? He doing all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to him, but he be good. I don't talk to him now, man. We older, man. You know what I'm saying? We grown men. I'm 46 years old. I have no reason to be stressing a friendship with another grown man. I'm 46 years old. I'm 46 years old. I have no reason in life to be stressing a friendship with another man. At this point, I need to be stressing my relationships with my fucking kids. You see what I'm saying? I'm not in the streets. It makes no sense. Shout out to the chat, man. Salute to the fucking chat. Peoples is in the building. We in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And that was real what he said. He really didn't go into he ain't going too tough when they asked about the Magoo thing, but he said, nah, he really wasn't, you know, he wasn't blood right away, but he was, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't, and whatever the case may be, he didn't, but it wasn't a hateful comment. It wasn't a, this nigga, he's a bozo, man. Yo, this nigga, man, this nigga Goo, he a sucker, my nigga. And that's, you know what I'm saying? And that's when you know that some people, that he's outgrown saying things that may create issues. And what I mean by that is a lot of guys got to stop playing this 48 laws of power shit where I have to create beef, I have to create enemies. This is how this works. Because those Latin Kings, they're not looking to create a YouTube network to talk crazy all day. Their whole thing is we're going to say our piece, but we're not here to glorify this shit. I'm not going to tell you about the lungs I took. It was wartime. I got stabbed. He got stabbed. He got punched in the face. I got punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? Because we seem to glorify more negative than positive. And then that math don't add up. I can sit here for days and tell you the whole drug game. And then go, you know what, man? At the end of the day, just get a job. You ain't hear nothing about getting a job. Only thing you heard was, yo, Zeke was about the bricks, the triple beams. They was throwing packs off of roofs. Yo, they was doing 30 packs a shift, big cars, female shopping. Yo, Uptown's $100, Gucci suits. How out of all that you got time to listen to yo at the end? Yo, the nigga Zeke said get a job. What is he talking about? So we need to set off these conversations with something positive. Get the message first before I get to the, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. My boy said something very important the other day. He said, yo, Zeke, man, I listen to your show sometime. You know, Zeke, you a nut. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I see what you're trying to do, bro. And I see, because I was having a headache with somebody. He was just like, yo, just keep doing what you're doing. Your platform is different from a lot of other people's platform. You know what I'm saying? You may not get 1,000 people in your chat. Who cares? But the people that's in it, you're able to deliver a message. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about, man. You know what I'm saying? When you start ranting and raving, the only people that hear that is kids. You know what I'm saying? Think about this, Zeke. You don't think your kids, with all this technology, don't listen to your show? I said, damn, you're right, bro. So stay on the path. There's nothing wrong with you about back in the days. But in the mix of that, don't talk about the negative aspect. Okay, we know some of the drugs that played a part to all this craziness, but it wasn't that y'all was killing each other. So now a lot of people, people come to me and say, I was in East Harlem, because I had to go through. Nigga, somebody came to me and hugged me and said, Zeke, thank you, man. What are you thanking me for what? Yo, bro. Because people don't understand that we wasn't trying to kill ourselves for crack money. They keep trying to put us in another bracket for what was going on in the other neighborhoods. We really was playing football together. We really played soccer together. We played sports together. After leaving the block, we would all bump heads at the movie theaters. We wasn't trying to kill each other, bro. You know, things happen in the hood, but it was all love, all family love. Shout out to the chat, man. Your Pug was popping, JMO Status was popping, Peoples was popping. You know what I'm saying? Word. Then the other day, I needed a young boy to help me drive, because I don't know how to drive. I wasted my time running around trying to people to drive, all that craziness. I never learned how to fucking drive. So now, I need a driver. I had to do something important, and I needed a driver. So in the mix of me needing a driver, I asked somebody I know, like, yo, son, do me a favor, man. He said, yo, my nephew drive for you. You drive trucks. He's a young boy. What? All right, tell him to come through. So he came through, right? But he said, yo, but Zeke, he blood. You know what I'm saying? Like a big homie. Son, like, what he said, 38. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. I don't care about all that, man. Let's get the nigga. I need the nigga to work, man. As long as he follows directions, that's what I give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? As long as he can follow directions. But I just said follow directions, and we do the job. That's it. That's all I care about. I don't care about all the other shit. So now, we get in the truck. And he pulls off. So I'm like, yeah, your cousin, man. Yeah, it's my cousin, man. Yeah, I love my family, man. I said, where you from, man? He said, yeah, from Soundview, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? No doubt. Then he started talking to me. He was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, he was like, yeah, I fuck with the homies. So I guess he went to see was our home, because somebody must have said that. But I used to be in that life. So I was like, so I looked at him and said, now, why, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So he was like, he started talking to me, man. Yo, I'm da-da-da-da-da. I said, what? You GSG, whatever case may be, whatever. And then he just started telling me his life story, man. And it was so real, because by me not being a gang member in the truck and not talking, yo, what the blood, and yo, son, this shit was like this, I got to hear the brother speak, man. A lot of our youth, they want to do something with themselves, but they're not around the resources. They're not around the people that's going to help them. You know what I'm saying? So the only power he fully has when he was speaking to me basically was the gang, because he had status in the gang. So he was telling me, like, it ain't about the money, it ain't about the clothes, it's about who I am and I'm respected, because I'm a big homie. I'm like, yeah, no doubt. I said, no doubt, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? So since you've been a homie, you never went through a discrepancy with nothing. And then that's when the story changed. You know, that shit's changed. Yo, I used to be this hood, and some shit happened, and niggas popped on me, and that's why I got in this hood, and I got status. I'm the one that put in work, and now it's like, I want to get these niggas back, and boom, 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 boom. And I'm sitting there going, all right, no doubt, brother. So I'm like, yo, you know you can be anything you want to be in this world, right? And he looked at me. I said, as much time as you take out to learn these codes and new lingos, go get a trade, bro. Go get something that's going to benefit your 3 kids that you got upstairs. You see what I'm saying? Because the only thing they seeing right now is the big homie. They don't see daddy. They see the big homie. And he looked at me. And he was like, huh? And I said, you know what? When I was into the gang shit, when I used to be in the gang shit, I didn't bring the gang shit home. When I walked through the door, I was Zeke Matthews. So my daughter or my son, they don't know me. They don't know me as Zeke Blood. They know me as Daddy, the guy that went to work every day when he was around us. And when I decided to sell drugs again, I was out the house. So my daughter could never say my dad was selling drugs and they kicked my doors in and they found a brick in it. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, he's having this conversation, and the conversation is now he's talking about growth. Because he asked, oh, where'd you work? Yeah, nigga, you see, I own this company, man. I co-own this company right here. You know what I'm saying? If I could do it, you could do it. You know what I'm saying? I made a change from the streets to this. You know what I'm saying? I had to get my self-esteem together because, you know, when you have low self-esteem, you have all the money in the world but low self-esteem, and that will always set you back to low self-esteem. You waste all the money in the world trying to impress people, but if that self-esteem is low, you will go broke because you'll live a life trying to impress others. So the little homie, as in the midst of our conversation, he goes, you want to ask you a question. What you think about the Queen's Flip thing? Queen's Flip? What you talking about? What you think about the Queen's Flip interview? So I'm like, I think it was nice. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? He said, yo, I seen the homies up there, but they was sauce. You know what I'm saying? And I had to stop and say, hold on. They was a little sauce, and you know what I'm saying? They did nothing wrong. Everybody wasn't drunk. They did nothing wrong. They was just sauce, brother. But there's an interview they did earlier that day. At YouTube Studios with a guy named Jack Frost. That interview is dope. You know what I'm saying? The Queen's Flip interview is dope. They just had a little too much Henny. So, he like, what? I didn't even know that. Yeah, check it out. Jack Frost, BBN Network. Check it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Queen's Flip did the right, you know what I'm saying? He interviewed him. They wanted to come through, so he interviewed him. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you interviewing people, you gotta have the right people there. Do I think, you know what I'm saying? Outside looking in, like the homie said only one person fucked the energy up. The one person was off base. One person. But I ain't gotta explain who that one person is. Y'all think about that. Not because I don't even care about, I don't even know. See, you can't not jack it. You gotta call a spade a spade. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because I believe that more information that came out, even with them being sourced. Because when I look at Corey King's page, he's working every day. He's doing something for his peoples. He's trying to hire his people. So we either got past how the blood started in New York. This is what we're doing now. Had that element, we never kept that there. You know what I'm saying? Because that element wanted to be blood. Let's stay in 1995. Let's stay in 96. So the homie said, but the crazy part is the latinkings was so clear on their first interview, see? And now I look at Spanish people different because all my life, you know, I grew up a young nigga. My mom was young, so boyfriends, older guys, and they would always say that the blacks, the Puerto Ricans oppressed the blacks, and that was the key. I said, wow. So Just in conversation, Zeke, when the homies reported me, and I be young, and I was like 10 years old, go, yo, why you blood? I'm blood because the Puerto Ricans was oppressing us. So the back of my mind was, I had beef with Puerto Ricans because I felt like the Puerto Ricans was oppressing my people. So sometimes, more of the story is, we have to watch the information that we put out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Yo, George Machero, shout out to the chat. Feed the wolves. We in the building, man. The good brother, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. It was something. It was something of a miracle. It was something that was real. It was something that could really be touched. You know what I'm saying? Because so he goes, now I can look at Latinos a little more different, because when we're speaking to another generation, we're talking to them in front of them. When they ask you a question, yo, why you blood? Yo, I'm blood because of boom. They're not bloods yet. These are the young troops in training. Like, what? So they just recite what we recite when they respect your words, when they respect you. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be generally mindful. And I swear to you, man, like we gotta be mindful, man. I just put the little, and he worked all day. He did a great job. You know what I'm saying? And then I told him, "You're the big homie, right? I needed help. Go find somebody to come help us." He went and found somebody. His little brother. Let's get some money. That's what I need you to do. Like your little brother, you inspired him for the day. You know what I'm saying? I said, you know what I'm saying? You could be getting shot at. And he looked at me and was like, "Damn, bro." You know what I'm saying? Now, to me, you're not the big homie. You're a regular guy to me. You're a regular guy who got dreams. I said, what you want to do with yourself? I said, Zeke, I want to start a non-profit organization where I can just give kids books, my people's books. I want them to read. I want my community to be smart. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see more doctors. And it was crazy because we moved an engineer, a guy that was an engineer. And I said, look, come here. You see that guy right there? He's an engineer. He said, engineer? Music? No. Engineer, guy that build bridges. You know what I'm saying? People that build bridges. That make these designs, that help design buildings. Like, he's an engineer. And he looked. Now, if he can become an engineer, you can do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're young. You know what I'm saying? I'm still young, but you're young. Sky's the limit for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And after that, he just started talking about his dreams. I want to buy a house in Connecticut. I want to have my kids. I want my kids to grow up here. And I'm just heard stuff, and I grew up. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, man, you begin to appreciate life and the people that's around you. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, salute to those kings, man. Yo, Darnell W. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, man. Yo, Gus BX is in the building, man. Tookie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna dream something for you, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. SWP, you know what I'm saying? Feed the wolves. The wolves is out, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Shout out to my man Crown TV, the Crown Prince, the Bull. Shout out to the Bull, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Bull, man. Shout out to Mei Ling. Shout out to Southern Belle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the supporters, man. Shout out to G Money. Shout out to you know, they got my video up on like the quiet room. The last video I did. Shout out to Gangland 187. Shout out to Info Minds. You know what I'm saying? For the culture. You know what I'm saying? I spoke to the good brother a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. We all have some type of culture, and we have these conversations where we grew up in diverse areas. Let's be honest. I mean, I told you, some areas is different. Some areas got more than another, and people may look at it. But a lot of times, most of us are intimidated through education and income. We're very intimidated. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times we assume they don't like me because I'm black, or they don't like me because I'm poor. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might meet somebody and they might just like you for you. If you get into the right door, they might just like you for you. I seen that work for many people. Some people just go take a liking to somebody. You know what? I like this guy right here. Let's give him a chance. I've seen that happen many a times. Many a times. Not selling drugs, you know what I'm saying? It's regular business, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? This, it's a self-esteem thing that tore us down, you know what I'm saying? One time, the OG Latino brother, because I bought like 6 pairs of sneakers in a week. And I would wear every pair of sneakers. He looked at me one day, right? And he said, why do you buy sneakers every day for? I'm like, no, because I gotta be fresh and fly. Okay. So if you don't have all that, does that mean if you don't have all that, you won't come outside? Come on, man. You're not going to come outside fresh, man. You know what I'm saying? It's what we do. We come out here fresh to death. He goes, if you had good self-esteem, it doesn't matter what you got on. And I looked at him. And I was like, see, I didn't take it as hate. I took it as, damn, he right. Spanish guy said, I can wear skips out here and still feel 100 out here. You know why? My bills is paid, my family's set, and my kids' Catholic school tuition is paid for. That's all that matters to me. Impressing other people does nothing for me or my income. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I told you, I grew up in San Juan, and I sat there and said, damn. And that made me learn my lesson. Every time I get $50, I'm gonna buy a pair of sneakers. You know what I'm saying? To be around amongst people. You know what I'm saying? People don't care about that. People care about what you can do for them. I can have $1 million worth of clothes on, and nigga be like, yo, Zeke, I need 3 keys. I ain't got nobody to call. That defeats the whole purpose of me standing outside. You know what I mean? You can't get me 3 keys, but you out here pitching dimes. You know what I'm saying? That math don't add up. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just using these references because it's real talk, man. So I didn't take when the older Latino told me something as he's telling me this shit because I'm black. I took it as, yo, let me listen to the OG. You know what I'm saying? He right. Yo, Zeke, come here. Let me holler at you, man. Yo, Zeke, I see you out here. You running around. You know what I'm saying? I see you out here something great. I see that. I understand that. You don't violate. You know, at 3 o'clock you break out. My kids come from school. You're doing a great job, Zeke. Because I want to come out here and shoot you. Like, huh? You know what I'm saying? But listen, Zeke. You know, I like you. But you can't sell crack forever. You know what I'm saying? I looked at him like I opened my eyes. I said, what are you talking about? He said, listen, Zeke. The goal is to get enough money to invest in something or even pay for college. But you can't sell crack forever. You're gonna go to jail and lose it all. Right now, you don't got no bills, Zeke. You ain't got no kids. You still upstairs with your fucking mother. May she rest in peace. I mean, she wasn't dead then. She didn't pass away then. May she rest in peace. But at the end of the day, you ain't got no responsibility. Take advantage of that. I see you start buying 6 pairs of sneakers, but let's stop stacking for lawyers and stack for your future. I said, damn, this guy's right, man. He's taking the drug game out of me, man. He's making me not want to sell drugs no more. Like, it wasn't even, every time I seen him, I was like, he gave me this talk, man. And it's because he's seen something in me that I didn't see in myself. But what was killing me was low self-esteem. Me wanting to still be in it, me feeling like I had to sell drugs. That's what gave me a name. Me, Zeke Black, selling all the drugs in the world. But now, 30 years fucking later, I'm doing the right thing, got a business, and I'm able to pay other people. I mean, everything's a life journey, and everything's a life experience. But I'm doing okay. My daughter just started college. You know what I'm saying? My son, he's about to be a junior. He's a junior in high school. Things are working out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? EMZ TV was popping. Darnell W. Yeah, I grew up under this generation. Like, I'm 46, Poe probably like 49, 50. And that, probably a little older. You know what I'm saying? But I used to see him in the hood. Poe was definitely in the hood, you know what I'm saying? He was definitely riding around on bikes in the hood. He was coming through the hood heavy. Poe was coming through crazy and heavy. You know what I'm saying? You know? But he wasn't the only one getting money, though. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Raw Deal crew on First Ave. You know, the Freaky Deakies, Club 105 and all that. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Papo and all them. Jeff Mob. My niggas in Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Lynch Mob, East Side Lynch Mob, you know what I'm saying? Rush Mob, you know what I'm saying? You know, we had different crews, man. Carver Mob, Matt Madison Mob, Down Boys, Cigar Mob over there in Lincoln. You know, different crews, like I told you. And most of these crews was black and Latino. There was always at least 4 Puerto Ricans on your squad. Listen, we had dudes in our team that was Puerto Rican that would learn English as we went. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Can't forget my Wash Mob niggas down in Hill, you know what I'm saying? 100th Street, Hill Ho crew, you know what I'm saying? Alright, we was popping. East Harlem, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like the only skirmishes we might have had some time was with Jew boy. At the end of the day, Rikers and Dominicans are black. Some Latins hate blacks. When we all the same people, we all call each other niggas. And Latins wear more Jordans than blacks, so they black. Shout out to Jew boy. You might be on to something. I think that war in jail just created a generation of more hate. Because like I told you, when you have this more hate, when it's a war, you got different philosophies, different stories. Fuck them Monenos, fuck them Spics, you know what I'm saying? Fuck them Platinos, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was a kid, the most racist slurs I heard was Puerto Ricans come at the Dominicans. It's not a lie. They wasn't fighting them or going gun for gun, but they would always hurt their feelings. Like they would tease them, like, yo, look, Zeke, he has a yellow shirt with some neon pants and some purple shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying? This is their story. Look, they all got Jerry Kill juice in their hair. But it's funny because a lot of my Puerto Rican friends had DAs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Puerto Ricans. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. The only racist shit I seen growing up was that. Puerto Ricans fucking with them Dominicans. You know what I'm saying? But, shout out to Blackout Neck. You know what I'm saying? Papino was Papino. Gilbert was Papa. More today. You already know. That 5. You know what I'm saying, Gilbert? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. And it's crazy, right? Yo, you know, David Chappelle had a skit where he had all races sitting on the airplane, how everybody was looking at each other. That's how the yard was. You had a circle, 9-5. You had in the big circle, you had the Yetas. Then you had the Latin Kings. Now the Yetas, they more so was looking at the the Bloods and the Jamaicans. The Latin Kings was looking at the Bloods. You know what I'm saying? The Bloods looking at the Kings. It was crazy. You see 10 Kings over there, 10 Bloods, a group with Rastafari. Remember the Jamaicans, but come with the Jamaicans is you know what I'm saying? The Jamaicans, they sort of get mixy with the islands. So you might be the Barbados in the mix, some Haitians. Now, see, I can't say Haitians because sometimes it be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Some Haitians. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a mix. So it's just, you think they're all rosters, and then it's like Trini and all of them, you know what I'm saying? The Trinidadians and all that, you know what I'm saying? My West Indians, you know what I'm saying? But they go through their shit, you know what I'm saying? You hear me? That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I tell you, man, it's all those Dominicans. The Dominicans had it hard, man. They had it hard in the Bay. Yeah, definitely. Blackout Power Card. That shit was perfect, Papelito. And it was perfect because people put raised the self-esteem bar